Hello, I'm Freddie Jacquin, I'm a hypnotherapist. This video has been made in answer to the question, can hypnotherapy help athletes, and if so, how does that work? Well, as with all performance, when we as human beings learn something to the point where it becomes an automatic function, something we can do without thinking, then it becomes an unconscious process. Quite often I find that with people who are athletes or sports people, they perform at a very high level. And when it comes to that moment where they have to take the penalty or they have to make that 100-metre dash, all of a sudden their conscious mind decides that it's going to run that race or it's going to kick that ball. When it's not our conscious mind that has the ability or the skill. The skill has been learned, it's been trained to the point, as I said earlier, where it becomes an unconscious ability or skill, something we can do without thinking. Sometimes I find with hypnotherapy that my job with performers is to get them out of their own way. That conscious part of their being which believes it is them, which in reality is probably one of the most limited part of our beings. In fact, the conscious mind, it's been said, can only hold 7 plus or 2 minus things at the same time. That's why we remember our phone numbers in chunks. 0751 972 3106. To try and remember those numbers in a line is quite difficult, so we chunk it down. So the conscious mind is fairly limited, whereas the unconscious mind is fairly unlimited and can perform at incredible levels. It can make changes in milliseconds, as it does with racing drivers. You know, those times that they produce, which are milliseconds between one driver and another driver, can only be done at an unconscious level. As hypnotherapists, with the use of hypnosis, we have access to that unconscious programming, if you like, and we can enhance a performer's ability through hypnosis. We also have lots of other tools in our toolbox. The one that I use most with people in performance is anchoring. If you can anchor the feeling of being in the zone, most athletes, most performers have a memory of a time when they could not do anything wrong. They're either on the football pitch and everything goes right, or they're running that race and everything becomes just an unconscious blur, if you like, where they're functioning completely at an unconscious level. You can anchor that feeling for someone. If you can get them to remember what it felt like, if you can reproduce the feeling, then you can anchor that. So when they next step onto the track or step onto the pitch or step into that arena where they're going to perform, they can trigger that feeling of power that they had when they did it before.